welcome on board. Thank you for joining us for the next episode of Etihad Cargo Connections.
Yeah, thank
It's
you.
lovely to have you.
Yes, nice to be here.
Here. Now, first question, very important. Where were you born? Where did you grow up? And how did this racing bug bite?
Yeah, so I was born in the north of England, a little town called Barnsley in South Yorkshire. And I got into racing through my grandparents, mainly my granddad.
Mhm.
Who, I mean, he didn't work in racing, but he liked gambling on racing. So
The best ones do.
Yes. So I used to go racing with him, watch racing on the TV with him,
Mhm.
and basically I got the bug from there.
He must be really proud of you then.
Yes, I mean, sadly he's not with us any longer.
Oh.
He sadly passed away about 20 years ago. So he's not really been able to follow my racing career, my training career anyway. But I'm sure he's up there somewhere looking down on me.
Absolutely, absolutely. And what do you remember from going from being a jockey to sort of training on your own? How did that sort of come about?
Yes, I mean, I was a jump jockey, a very bad
Mhm.
jump jockey. I didn't ride many winners. Yeah, but basically, I mean, I always was more sort of interested in the training side.
Mhm.
I never really wanted to be a jockey. I had the opportunity to ride, so I sort of gave it a go. Rode a few winners, but I wasn't very successful at it. So I basically went from being a jockey to being head lad in a few different yards, and sort of learned different things from different trainers before I finally sort of set up training on myself.
Wow, that sounds like a good journey.
Yes.
And what were your sort of career highlights? If you look back and said, this is the race that really, really, really defines me, then what would that day be?
I think probably the most important day of my training career, which probably was the race that most got me noticed, was winning the November handicap at Doncaster with a horse called Art Scholar.
Oh,
He also I paid £500 for him.
wow.
And obviously, yes, and obviously he went on and won Group 1 handicap for us. And then we brought him out to Dubai. He went out and raced in Dubai for us.
No,
Didn't have any success in Dubai, but with a cheap horse and to go where he went. I mean, so I think he was the horse that sort of really got me noticed as a trainer.
I was going to say that your first Danzino would be the one that would be the horse that you picked to say that, oh, this was the big one.
Yes, I mean Danzino would have been second on the list.
Right.
I mean he'd been second, giving us our first group winner, winning the Group 3 Chip Chase at Newcastle. Yes, I mean that was definitely sort of up there. But I think it was sort of Art Scholar, the first one that really got me noticed. And obviously, we've just sort of gone from strength to strength since. Got obviously we had a 1,000th career winner this year.
Wow.
A couple of months. So we had his 100th winner for the season and his 1,000th winner on the same day from the same horse.
Congratulations.
Which are quite good. So we've had 100 winners now for the last 3 seasons. We had 109 last year, and I think we're on 106 now for this season.
So what's the goal for the next season? 150?
Yes. I think I'd rather sort of just try and start getting better class of horses, really. Yeah. Try and concentrate on class rather than quantity, and try and get more horses that can run in group races, and we can take abroad and come to Dubai and sort of. I think like with these low handicappers now, the prize money is not great in the UK. The lower class horses, so I think we're better off trying to concentrate on class now.
Makes sense. Makes perfectly sense.
Yeah.
So now, if we continue that train of thought, what's obviously with aiming for better class of horses, you also need to look at more getting into things like technology. So you've got these days, you've got digital stable management systems, digital records have become mandatory, medical records have become mandatory. How are you coping? How do you learn? I mean, there's something new coming out every day. So how do you cope? How do you learn these things?
I've got a very good secretary. Yes, I mean, obviously technology is playing a big part with sort of training horses now. So, I mean, obviously you do have to sort of move with the times.
Yeah.
And we are coping quite well. I mean, I'm not sort of very computer literate myself, but I've got a lot of people around me that are. I mean, my assistant, Johnny, he's very good. He's currently doing his trainers modules at Newmarket.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, like, we are moving with the times.
It doesn't phase you. You have
No.
you know it's coming, and you're at least in your head you're prepared for it. You've got people around you that are going to sort of work with you to make sure you fall. Work through this.
I can turn the computer on and off now.
Well, after COVID, I really hope everybody can do that.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Now, what about all these horses you've got nominated? You've got 4 horses coming down. Edraak has done really well this season. Now, he's a 6 to 7 furlong horse. What are your plans for him coming out to Dubai?
Yeah, so Edraak, I mean, he's a very nice horse. I mean, he's kept improving for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we wasn't sort of debating whether to take him out to Dubai, but we had a look at. I mean, we didn't think there were going to be enough races for him, but when we looked at the program, we thought, well, obviously there is. We didn't really want to be sort of running against Raasel with him. So I think the plan is, and we're going to probably pop an entry in for the Group 2 on the first meeting on the 5th. So we'll probably stick an entry in for that and have a look, see what it looks like. But we're more than likely going to wait until the 3rd meeting and go for the handicap, the 0 to 105 7 furlong handicap. I think we're more likely to go for that, unless the Group 2 doesn't have many runners. If there's not many entries in it, then we might possibly run in it.
Any plans of going to Saudi or Qatar?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. I think we'll probably sort of just wait and see what happens, but we've not really got any plans to go there at the moment.
Yeah. Qatar just upped its prize money.
Yes. So, I mean, I think the one that possibly could go out there would be Raasel.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd be the best of the bunch, so he could be the one that could possibly go there.
Pick up and go. I was just going to ask you, he went from doing handicaps to group level racing. Where do you see where do you see him falling in all this? What races are you trying to kind of aim him for?
Yes, I mean, obviously, he's just gone from strength to strength for us.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully there's more improvement to come from him.
Yeah.
So I think, well, the plan is we're going to run him next week in the listed race. So that's his plan. And possibly whether we just then wait and go straight for the Blue Point with him.
Yeah.
Because there's no other 5 furlong races in between.
Yeah.
So we either do that or we ever tilt at trying a 6 furlong race.
Right.
I think if he's going to get 6 furlongs, Dubai is probably where he would get it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so that is the plan. We're running the listed, and then we'll decide then after that whether we're going to go for the 6 or just wait for the Blue Point with him.
That makes sense.
I think we would like to try the 6 before the Blue Point, because obviously World Cup night is 6 furlongs.
Yeah.
So if he ran really well in the 6 furlong, we could then go for the Gold Cup as well. Gold Cup meeting, the World Cup meeting.
Makes sense. He should be ready for that in about 3 months' time, 90 days.
Yeah.
And what about Ayr Harbour and United Fronts? What are your plans for those horses?
Yeah, so Ayr Harbour, he'll be aimed at the 7 furlong and mile handicaps on the dirt. So he'll just race on the dirt. He was very good on the old fibre sand surface at Southwell, which was the closest thing we had to dirt.
Yeah.
And he did very well on that surface. So I'm hoping that he will take to dirt really well.
Brilliant. He should. And what about United Front? Do you expect him also?
Yeah, he also run on the dirt.
Okay.
Because he's very good on the all-weather. He's a lot better all-weather horse than grass. So we can campaign him from a mile to a mile and a half. So and he'll stay in the handicaps.
Okay.
But if he goes and wins on the dirt, then he could possibly go for a listed race as well.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I mean he's good on the all-weather in the UK, so hopefully he can transfer that onto the dirt in Dubai.
Absolutely. Now, I'm guessing horses are already here. Are they in Dubai?
Yes. They arrived. Oh, when did they arrive? I think it was. I lose track of days with Christmas and New Year. I think that they arrived They flew out of the UK on Thursday. So they arrived.
Right.
I think they arrived there yesterday.
Okay. So they've had a bit of time. They're settling in all right.
Yeah, they all flew well. So they all travelled over really well and settled in really quick.
And when are you coming into Dubai?
I'm not sure yet. Possibly not going to be coming in for next week.
Yeah.
I will probably come in for the 13th.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, I think because we've possibly got Ayr Harbour and United front running, so I will more than likely come over for that.
And are you staying for a bit, or would you fly back out?
Depends on what's happening at home. But more than likely, I'll just fly in and out. Probably have sort of 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
2 or 3 days, and then go back home. We got sort of 90 horses in at home, so we're quite busy.
Ooh, that's a big number. And you probably you would have the sales around this time as well, no? Coming up?
No, there's not really any sales. There's a sales sort of in February, but it's not a very big sales, so I wouldn't be missing much. We've also got King of Stars out in Bahrain as well at the moment.
Fantastic.
So unfortunately, he runs on the same night on the 13th, so I can't really be in Bahrain and Dubai at the same time.
Yeah, but is he planning? Are you planning to bring King of Stars back to Dubai, or does he fly back to the UK from Bahrain?
He'll go back to the UK from Bahrain.
He goes back.
I mean, there's 2 more races for him in Bahrain, and then he'll fly back to the UK.
Yeah, give him a bit of a rest. Makes sense.
Yeah, because otherwise he'd just be racing against Raasel.
Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. So you've been to the carnival many, many, many times. How often have you been to the carnival?
I think this year would be my 10th. I think it would be my 10th.
Big number.
Yes. I've been coming quite a long time.
Quite a long time.
Yes. But still to have a winner.
Hopefully Raasel will be it. Raasel, you've got a couple of good guys here.
He will be the best horse we've brought over, so hopefully he can go and get the first win for us over there.
Absolutely. That's what we're going to be aiming for. Raasel and the Gold Cup on World Cup night. And then you can go shopping for that.
Yes.
Right. Last question. Tell us a bit about the ownership of these horses. How do you do it? What do you do? Do you buy them? Do you, and then, or do they get sent to you? How does the whole thing work?
So Raasel's owners, which is the Horse Watchers, which are sort of one of our sort of main owners, they're a syndicate of guys who sort of work on TV. They do a lot of things, and they source they pick the horses out of the sales. So we all work together. They normally give me a long list of horses to look at the sales, and then we sort of go around looking at them all and get a short list, and then we see what's in the budget for us. Obviously, Raasel was a very good buy. I mean, we got him very cheap at 10,000. Wow. So he's turned out to be a real success story.
Yeah, you've got an eye for picking out these horses, isn't it? With 500 pounds here, 10,000 pounds there.
Yes. I mean, the horse watchers, they are very good at form. I mean, they are form guys, so they're very good at form. And so, I mean, they see things in horses that I don't see on the form. And then obviously I probably see things like in the sort of horse's physique and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes complete sense. And last question. So, what's best case scenario? Your King of Stars comes back in mid-February. The rest of them fly back in March. Is that the best case scenario?
Yes, that'd be the best case scenario. Yes.
Fantastic. Yeah. Well, hopefully we catch up again in during mid-season to talk a little bit more about the performance. Yeah, brilliant. I look forward to talking to you soon.
Hopefully Raasel's won by then.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I'm hoping you're going to be lining him up for the Gold Cup, and then we can have a proper chat about this.
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
Well, it was an absolute pleasure talking to you as usual. Have a lovely, happy New Year.
Yes, and you too.
Thank you. You take care of yourself. Good night.
Bye. Bye.